I already shot this video once, and at the end I realized the camera was out of focus. I didn't like how it went anyway. We'll film it again. Hi, I'm Robert, and today we'll try to reproduce this cake made by Marusia Manco on Instagram using whatever recipes we have in the recipe book and using the picture as reference and try to see how close we can get. I tried not to do too much research for this cake, to try to go more by the visual, the picture, and try to guess the components. So pistachio and raspberry cake with thin sponge layers, and I think the best cream for this cake is the vanilla pastry cream, in which we'll add the pistachio. So this is the first step. I put 340 grams of milk in a pot, and until it warms up, I put in a bowl 9 egg yolks, 150 grams of sugar and 30 grams of cornstarch, 1 vanilla essence that will serve just to enhance the taste, since the main taste of the cream will be the pistachio, and we mix. When the milk is warm, we pour it slowly over the yolks. We put the mixture back in the pot and we boil it on medium-high heat until the cream thickens and becomes shiny. I'll show you in a minute how to add the pistachio to the cream, but for now, while the cream is very hot, we'll add 300 grams of cold butter, and here I recommend you add the butter in multiple stages, not at once like I did, because otherwise you risk ruining the cream if you don't mix fast enough. We put the cream in a bowl, cover it with cling film in contact, and let it cool completely. For the raspberry insert, I put in a bowl 6 grams of pectin NH and 25 grams of sugar, on top of which I'll pour some raspberry puree heated to about 30 Celsius. Don't overheat the puree because the pectin will activate and you won't be able to use it. I pour the mixture back in the pot and boil the raspberry puree for 1 to 2 minutes so the pectin activates and the sauce thickens. After it's done, same as the cream, I'll put it in a bowl, cover it with cling film and put it in the fridge to cool completely. I was gonna say that after the insert the next step is the sponge, but actually the batter for the sponges needs to be made a day in advance, so maybe the first step is the sponge. For the sponge, I'll use the Russian honey sponge recipe that is already on the channel. You can find the link in the top right hand corner, and I'll go through it quickly. I used 2 eggs, 1 gram of salt, 165 grams of sugar, 40 grams of butter and 40 grams of honey that I heated up in a pot, and when the sugar was melted, I added 8 grams of baking soda, mixed well, and then added 330 grams of flour that I also mixed in. This is the batter. I put it in cling film in the fridge overnight. I cut 100 gram pieces, rolled them and cut 18 centimeter circles, pierced them with a fork and baked them at 165 Celsius with fan for about 5 minutes. The The sponges are ready, and for this cake we will need 8 sponges. So we'll have 7 layers of cream, 4 of which will be with raspberry insert, and the other 3 will only have pistachio cream, and I'll add some chopped pistachio to add a bit of bite, and we'll alternate between layers, starting with a layer of cream and insert, next only pistachio cream, cream and insert next, and so on. And speaking of pistachio, the vanilla cream has cooled in the fridge, and it's time to add the pistachio, 150 grams of pure pistachio paste, over the cold cream, and we'll mix it well until combined. The cream is in a pastry bag, the insert in another. I got some chopped pistachio, and I'll fill the cake using about 150 grams of pistachio cream per layer, and on the layers where I have raspberry insert, about 100 grams of insert, and the first layer is cream plus insert, then sponge, then a layer just with cream and chopped pistachios, again sponge, and so on. You get it. On the layers where I also have raspberry, on the side, I put the cream a bit taller and the insert in the middle of the cream layer, so the raspberry does not go on the side of the cake. You already know the story. Cover with cling film and put the cake in the fridge for at least 6 hours so the sponge is softened and all the tastes inside combined. And then we decorate. And here I'll leave you with Robert from the past, who realized the camera was out of focus and fixed it. We got to the decoration, where I'm sure you'll do much better than me. I chose to cover the cake with a butter ganache 1 to 1 to 1, to which I also added some pistachio paste to make the color match the inside color and to add pistachio taste to it. As I said, you can use whatever cream you want. I thought this one was the best to use. And I'll make a super simple decoration. That's it. Thanks for watching until the end. I want to remind you that if you want to support the channel, you can become a member of the channel here on YouTube or a member on Patreon. And the donations start from €1 a month, which is very little. This was the recipe for today. I'll see you as usual in the next episode. Bye bye.